G'day guys, Max here from Evidence-Based Football Manager. Today we're going to analyze the roaming playmaker and the wide playmaker. The roaming playmaker is a role that can be given to central midfielders and defensive midfielders. It's a role that doesn't require the player to advance too much into the opposition half of the pitch. Xavi during his prime years at Barcelona or Luka Modric of Real Madrid can be good examples of the roaming playmaker. Wide playmakers, on the other hand, is a role that can be given to players on either flanks of the midfield, usually employed in a 4-4-2 formation. Luis Figo was a playmaker who was often positioned from the right flank. Philippe Coutinho of Barcelona or Arda Turan of Atletico Madrid are all creative midfielders who can play from the flanks. Roaming playmakers, or RPMs, can only be given the support duty and have the instructions take more risks and roam from position turned on. The wide playmakers, or WPMs, can be given either support or attack duty. The support duty comes with 6 different instructions: take more risks, cross more often, cut inside with ball, shoot less often, roam from position, and sit narrower. The attack duty comes with an extra 7th instruction, which is to dribble more. The aim of this video is to find out whether the RPM and the WPMs actually behave according to these instructions in the game. Guys, if you're familiar with my channel, you would know that I use a testing system that I have developed myself to conduct various Football Manager experiments. I've uploaded a video separately to explain that system, link provided below, so do check it out for more details. Basically, I set up 2 teams, Manchester City and Liverpool, that are full of clone players with identical attributes and hidden attributes. Then I get them to verse each other in a neutral match environment. I then repeat the same match over and over again until I can gather a sufficient sample pool. Then I compile the results into an Excel spreadsheet. On top of that, I also encourage you to refer to my previous video where I analyzed the advanced playmaker. That video sort of acts as a template of how I analyze different player roles in Football Manager, and I use a more or less similar format for all my role analysis videos. So watching the advanced playmaker video will help you better understand what I'm going to talk about today in this video. So in order to analyze the roaming playmaker, I set up 3 formations: 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, and 4-3-3. In the 4-4-2 and the 4-2-3-1 formations, the left central midfielder was given the RPM role, and in the 4-3-3 formation, either the left central midfielder or the defensive midfielder was designated as the RPM. For the WPM, I prepared a 4-4-2 formation, and the left midfielder was given the WPM role with either attack or support duties. The opposition team, Manchester City, rotated between the same 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, and 4-3-3 formations. So these are the stats that I have recorded after running my experiments. As you can see, I ran 3 trials every time I changed the experimental conditions, which means I have a total of 36 trials for the roaming playmaker and 18 trials for the wide playmaker. I've sort of grouped all of these stats together in one place here, so let's go through them together. So when the RPM role is given to a central midfielder, we have, on average, 0.52 shots per match, 88 passes, 82% pass accuracy, 1.59 key passes, 0.04 dribbles per match, 14 kilometers running distance, and 2.3 tackles per match. When the RPM role is given to a defensive midfielder, we have, on average, 0.2 shots per match, 89 passes, 82% pass accuracy, 2.2 key passes, 0 dribbles, 13.26 kilometers running distance, and 2.1 tackles per match. So comparing these statistics between the RPM in the central midfield and the defensive midfield, I didn't notice any significant difference in the statistics. Next, we have wide playmakers who are given either attack or support duties. So I'll go through the statistics now. So when the wide playmaker is given the attack duty, we have on average 1.1 shots per match, 42 passes, 77% pass accuracy, 2.1 key passes, 3.4 crosses, 0.78 dribbles, 14.49 kilometers running distance, and 1.1 tackles. On the other hand, when the wide playmaker is given the support duty, we have, on average, 1.3 shots per match, 56 passes, 83% pass accuracy, 2.2 key passes, 3.44 crosses, 0.11 dribbles, 14.37 kilometers running distance, and 2.1 tackles. So comparing the WPMs on attack and support duties, you can see that the number of shots are quite similar, which is a little bit odd because I would have thought that wide playmakers on attack duties will shoot a bit more than wide playmakers on support duty, but that doesn't seem to be the case. The number of passes and pass accuracy are higher with the support duty. The number of dribbles are a little bit higher with the attack duty, which is consistent with the player instructions. Remember, the instruction to dribble more is attached only to WPMs on attack duty and not to WPMs on support duty. So you can see from the stats that the attacking WPMs do indeed dribble a bit more on average per match. Next, what we're going to do is to analyze the pattern of movement shown by the RPMs and the WPMs. In my previous video where I analyzed the advanced Playmaker, I explained to you why I don't use heat maps anymore in my role analysis videos. Instead, I use these movement history maps that I make myself using my video editor and Adobe Photoshop. So here I have 3 movement maps belonging to the RPM who plays from the central midfield, and a 4th map here belonging to the RPM who plays from the defensive midfield. As you can see, the RPMs will stay predominantly within the middle of the pitch without making too many advances into the opposition penalty box. In these 3 images, the RPMs were standing on the left side of their formations, so you can see they will not make any movements into the right side of the pitch. In this image here, when the RPM role is given to the defensive midfielder, he will sit back inside his own half of the pitch a little bit more compared to the central midfielders. Now I'm just going to bring up the movement maps for a central midfielder on a support duty. Central midfielder as in the player role central midfielder that can be given to a player playing in the central midfield. So a central midfielder on support duty doesn't come with any player instructions, so it's sort of like a vanilla player role against which we can compare different player roles. Roaming playmakers, on the other hand, are instructed to roam from position. So by comparing the movement history maps for these 2 roles, central midfielders and roaming playmakers, we will be able to tell whether the instruction roam from position is working as intended or not. So guys, what do you think? Do you think RPMs roam from their positions more than the baseline central midfielders? Maybe a little bit. The 3 maps at the top do look a little bit bigger than the 3 maps at the bottom, although the difference is minor. I will leave it for you guys to decide. Next, we have the movement maps for the wide playmakers. This image on the left hand side is for the attack duty, and this one on the right side is for the support duty. Again, I don't think I see a significant difference between the 2 duties. You can see the WPMs will stick to their side of the midfield on the left hand side without venturing too much into the other side of the pitch. When the WPMs are invading the opposition half of the pitch, you can see that they like to avoid running too close to the touchline, instead choosing to advance into the center of the pitch. This is consistent with 2 of the player instructions for wide playmakers: cut inside with ball and sit narrower. I guess this means that if you're playing the WPM in your tactic, you should use a player who is invert-footed. So if you're using a wide playmaker on the left side of the pitch, use a right-footed player. And if you're using a wide playmaker on the right side, be sure to use a left-footed player. Guys, that is it for today's video. Do you agree with my analysis of the roaming playmakers and wide playmakers? What do you think about these 2 roles? Comment below to let me know. As always, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.